Did Utami finally respond to one of my videos? Looks like WhiteCat might have finally started farming again. Some pretty bad Twitter drama between some of the members of the German community, and a lot more stories to talk about in today's episode of Also News. I'm your host Stu, and all I want you to do is just sit back, relax, grab some popcorn and just enjoy the show. Also, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are getting really close to 13,000 subscribers. But enough of me rambling, let's just get started. So you all probably know the Utami situation. If you don't know what happened with Utami, the current #1 USA player, then I suggest that you watch these 3 videos right here in the order that I'm showing you on screen right now before you continue watching this video. So since his return to the game, he has been setting scores here and there but nothing too seriously, and he hasn't been really interacting with the community until August 18th of 2023. For the first time ever since the controversy, Utami decided to stream on Twitch. Some people were still holding a grudge against him for what he did, and others were just saying to leave him alone and just let him be. But interestingly enough, someone who was watching Utami's stream decided to ask Utami if he knew about me and the vids that I made about him. This is what he responded with.
Do I know who Stu is? Yes, I do. That's how I figured out I got doxxed. I just saw an email about my Osu account password. I was like, oh, someone fucked with my Osu maps. And then I saw that video. I got doxxed. That's how I found out, through his video. Very awesome.
Utami never knew about his docs. Surprisingly enough, the docs happened around the time when Utami got exposed with that document, but it spread around May when I made that video. And I'm not going to say whether I did more good or bad with that video. I'm just going to let y'all decide for yourself. Be sure to comment what you think about this, because on one hand, that video got a pretty decent amount of support, but it also got a fair bit of criticism. Nonetheless, any type of response does mean a lot because it does help improve this series, so yeah, be sure to comment. But speaking of top players, our favorite cat, aka the ex-1 player by the name of WhiteCat, might be sorta back to farming. We all know that he finally started to grind the game again, and he has been also frequently setting some pretty good aim plays that he has been uploading on YouTube. But on August 17th of 2023, WhiteCat decided to post this on Twitter. It's a post of him flexing his DT Hard Rock run, aka his DT Hard Rock choke on Wizard's Tower, where he only managed to get 1 miss through the entire map, and it's the most ridiculous miss once again. But either way, even with the miss, the play is still worth 1041 PP, and if he managed to get the FC, it would have been worth 1131 PP. Not to mention, he also gained a rank after a pretty long time, going from rank 12 to rank 11. The funniest part is that the person that he managed to pass in rank is actually Utami, believe it or not. So yeah, do you think that WhiteCat has the capability to farm some really good scores in 2023? Whether or not that will happen or not, we'll just have to wait and see to find out. Also, speaking of scores, yes, I know that 3 PP record chokes got choked in literally 1 week, but we're going to talk about that more in the next episode of Score Peak. But speaking of German Usu players, we have to talk about this kinda German community drama that happened on Twitter recently. So a player by the name of Smarteyy, a pretty well-known German player, recently made a call-out tweet for a player by the name of Mathi about one of his recent clips on Twitch. This is what he wrote. How unlikable do you want to be, Mathi?
Bro, what is this dog shit, bro? Why is he playing so bad? Bro, he's playing ass. Like, what is this? He's not even hitting shit.
And most people were defending Smarteyy, saying that this is a pretty valid callout, saying that what Mathi did was pretty shitty. Now, I guess Mathi did a kinda indirect response to the whole situation. The response was in German, but I did manage to translate it. And this is what he said. 90% of the German Osu community tries to make stress, make drama out of everything, and think there's something. Don't be surprised if I ban you from my stream. But unfortunately, this is not the only drama that happened this week, and the next situation we're going to talk about is actually pretty serious. So recently, also supporter decided to unban a player by the name of O'Leary without stating any reason. The problem with this unban though is that O'Leary is a pretty controversial figure in the Osu community for a pretty obvious reason that I'm going to show you with this one tweet from a player by the name of Gumball Fanboy. You have to be fucking kidding me. Osu unban. This guy openly admitted to grooming a 15-year-old and demanding for intimate pictures. He was banned. Why did you unban him? Please share this info around. There was also a little bit more context around his situation in the replies of this tweet. He didn't get any help, and while being banned, he continued doing what he was doing before. He created a Mathi account just to avoid public shaming. While he was banned, there were multiple tweet longers about him dating girls aged 16 to 17 while he was 21-22. Probably will have find those again. Apparently, right right after this tweet, the player by the name of O'Leary changed their bio to this, in which Gumball Fanboy made an update saying this: O'Leary for sure has seen my post. Don't be blinded by his lies like Osu supporter was. He's still doing what he was doing. Many victims who prefer to stay anonymous have contacted me. Even after his restriction in Osu, he didn't stop. Get him off Osu. As of me recording this video, there's still not an official statement from Osu support. Other very important news that you need to know about this week: the friend limit for Osu has finally been increased. You can now get 500 friends if you don't have supporter and 1000 friends with supporter. For some weird reason, YouTube decided to completely demonetize Vortex's channel for reused content, even though he makes completely original content. Ruruchi now has 40,000 followers on Osu. Mathi unfortunately got a hand injury recently. Happy Stick is now a 4-digit. A player by the name of Zeth has officially became a Taiko completionist. Yari is now a top 100 player after gaining 70 ranks in 1 week. And finally, Chicony has announced that he is going to take a break from Osu. Anyways, that's pretty much it. I might be live 1 hour after this video. I'm going to do profile reviews once again, so be sure to tune in on the stream, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.